Most creators are using Instagram trial reels the wrong way, and it's costing them growth. And even worse, many self-proclaimed content creation experts know exactly how trial reels are meant to be used, but instead of teaching creators the right way, they're trying to abuse the system with hacks. The problem is, good features don't last when they are abused. Meta patches the loopholes, and those relying on shortcuts are left with nothing. If you want to build a real personal brand and drive sales, you cannot rely on hacks. You need systems that work long term. And trial reels, when used correctly, are one of the most powerful systems available today. What trial reels actually are. Instagram trial reels are a feature released by Meta to let you test out new ideas, new formats or styles to a fresh, non-follower audience without the post appearing on your main profile. This is perfect for experimenting without messing up your feed. Trial reels get distributed to a cold audience that hasn't seen your content before. And if the reel performs well, you can then publish it to everyone, both followers and non-followers, with no limits on reach. It's a brilliant way to experiment. But as always, creators found ways to misuse it. The wrong way everyone is using trial reels. Here's how many creators and even big-name experts tried to game the system. 1. Reposting old reels as trial reels. They would upload duplicates of their existing catalog, hoping to get fresh distribution without any effort. And for a while, this actually worked until obviously Meta caught up and limited daily trial reel uploads. And second, micro-edit hacks. Creators took their best performing reels and made tiny little edits like removing a frame, changing a font, or tweaking a color. Now, to the human eye, it was the exact same video essentially, but to the algorithm, it looked like a brand new file. And this allowed them to post 10 plus variations of the exact same reel and get multiplied reach. Now, of course, Meta isn't stupid. Those loopholes are now closed. None of these hacks work anymore. So, what now? The right way. Use trial reels for split testing. Trial reels aren't dead. In fact, they're more powerful than ever if you use them correctly. There are 2 smart ways to use them. Number 1, experiment with new styles you normally wouldn't risk posting publicly. And number 2, run controlled split tests to find what works best. The second option is where the real magic happens. Think of trial reels as your personal testing lab. The same way marketers split test ads, headlines, or sales pages, you can now split test your content itself. But here's the golden rule of split testing. You only ever test one variable at a time. If you change 5 things at once, hook, caption, music, editing style, thumbnail, you'll never know what actually caused the difference in results. The hook, your number 1 split test. For most creators, the single most valuable split test you can run is on your hook. Why? Because if your hook doesn't grab attention, nothing else really matters. People will scroll away from your video before they ever see the body of your content. Here's how to do it. Create one real body, same caption, thumbnail, and everything else, but you record 3 to 4 different hook variations. Then you post all versions as trial reels at the exact same time, and then compare performance. That's it. Simple, powerful, and insanely effective. Case study, my free hook variations. I ran this exact experiment with a reel featuring Adam Mosseri, who is the CEO of Instagram, discussing whether or not saying link in bio hurts your reach. Now, before showing the clip of his interview, I tested 3 different hook variations. True or false? Saying link in bio kills your reach. Does the Instagram algorithm punish you for saying link in bio? Content gurus said link in bio ruins your reach. But does it really?
That is not true.
The results. At first glance, number 3 looks like the winner because it got the most views. But we need to dig a bit deeper and look at all the metrics. Variation 3 had the highest watch time but the lowest engagement. Variation 2 delivered fewer views but way more likes, comments, and followers. The lesson here is don't chase vanity metrics like views. The best hook isn't always the one with the most views. It's the one that drives real engagement and conversions. Advanced split test for nerds like me. Once you've mastered hooks, you can experiment split testing other variables, editing pace, such as normal versus fast cuts, call to action, with or without ManyChat prompts, the classic comment keyword and I'll send you ... Numbers. Round numbers versus oddly specific. This is an old school copywriting trick. Music versus no music. Audio hook or sound effects in the first few seconds. The format. Talking head, whiteboard, full screen versus framed or rounded corners, no B-roll, whatever you want to test. Here's an advanced test I ran. I split tested 3 different variables in parallel: music versus no music, format style, and round versus specific numbers. The result: music, as expected, performed better. But quite interestingly, specific numbers performed way better than round ones. For example, even in sales page copy, $1,473 always beats $1,500. Specific numbers feel more real and relatable. The lesson here is, this was a copywriting rule I only read about in books, but even rules should be tested. Assumptions are dangerous in marketing and in content. The bigger picture. Yes, all this makes Instagram way more competitive. Gone are the days when you can post a random photo and get tons of likes. Today, low-effort content gets ignored even by your friends. When more creators compete for limited attention, quality has to rise. That's basic supply and demand economy 101. Trial Reels give you a way to engineer quality content scientifically. Not with hacks, not with spam, but with structured experimentation. So use them wisely. Test hooks, test formats, and test one variable at a time. Treat your content like a lab, because the data never lies. Final note. Trial Reels are not a growth hack. They're a testing framework. Use them right, and you'll consistently create reels that hook attention, drive engagement, and grow your audience. And if you want to go even deeper into hook psychology, the single most important variable in content, I break it all down in my Video Hooks Masterclass. The link is somewhere below this video. Because in 2025 and onwards, growth isn't about guessing. It's about testing and using real data.